Baseball is like church. Many attend, but few understand. That quote right there is from Lee DeRocher. This episode or this video is a speech that I am presenting as the Fitness and Wellness Director at Southwest Research and Technology Center. As of this presentation, the Astros are in the World Series, and I just had to add this extra to the speech because it is called for right now. I've already given this speech a few times around campus, and while speaking about Altuve, I saw many an eye roll. Why? Because Altuve is in a horrible slump. And we lost game one of the World Series, and Altuve was up to bat 5 times and only got one hit. I saw many complaints about Altuve and even our coach over this loss. But this game was incredible, though. The Phillies showed grit and gumption, and it is one of the best baseball games I have ever seen. And I've watched a lot of games in my life, and my team even lost. So let's reframe that quote because baseball is like life. You don't win all the time, you don't always hit it out of the park. Slumps happen, and sometimes those slumps can happen at the very worst of times, even to the very best. Relate to that, and then you'll understand baseball. Relate to that, and you'll be able to embrace the suck. Now, let's get to my original speech. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kathie Owen. I have been a certified fitness trainer and certified life coach since 2002. On this channel, we talk about fitness, having a growth mindset, habits, and even some reality transurfing. What do your fitness goals and transformation and Jose Altuve have in common? Think about that while we chat today. Fitness is all about transformation, plain and simple, right? That is what I believe, and that's what I teach. Fitness is not about weight loss, although it can be, and fitness is not about running on the treadmill, though it can be. Fitness is about transformation. What that transformation looks like for you may be different from what it means to the person sitting next to you. That is why I call it a transformation. Hello, if we have not met yet, my name is Kathie Owen, and I am your Fitness and Wellness Director here at Southwest Research and Technology Center. We have a gym called the Ozone, and it's in Building C on campus, and I run that gym. However, I'm not just a fitness and wellness director here. I am also a certified fitness trainer and certified life coach for 20 plus years. I teach healthy habits, having a growth mindset, and fitness, both here on campus and in my online business. Today, we are talking about your fitness transformation, and I want you to think about a transformation you've had in your life. Technically, we are always transforming, but how does that happen? Every success story is a tale of constant adaptation, revision, and change. And adaptation, revision, and change, those three components are going to have an element of suck. Suck will happen. If we don't want to undergo any struggle, we won't be able to fly. Struggles make us shine. Struggles are actually opportunities in disguise. Jose Altuve has had his share of struggles. I would love to study under Altuve's sports psychologist. It amazed me to watch him this season. He would be booed at opponent stadiums incessantly. And while being interviewed by announcers, he was always asked about the cheating scandal. While the announcer wanted him to cringe and crumble, Jose did not. He would always answer with calmness and integrity. He'd say something like, "Well, they really love their team. That's a great thing." Being booed made Jose Altuve better. Jose Altuve got what I call losing amnesia, or what athletes all call losing amnesia. The greats get this. I like to also call it suck amnesia. This comes from when you forget about your losses, because losses are going to happen on the way to your success. Remember, it is a tale of constant adaptation, revision, and change. So OCuSOFT embraced their own loss amnesia, and that's what it takes to succeed, right? Back in 2019, there was a huge recall of product. This was not our fault, but it was a huge loss. Maybe you worked here during that time. I was officed in customer service. I had my own little loss amnesia going on at the time, too. The gym had flooded 3 times, but while I was officed in customer service, I heard the customers calling in, and they were not easy to deal with. It was horrible. So I met with Cynthia about this. I was just talking with her in conversation, and I asked her what the company lost at the time. And I'd heard it was a lot of money, but I'd also heard that insurance paid for this type of thing. But she told me the loss was over $14 million. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. On top of that, she told me that the insurance company told her that, well, that's the cost of doing business. So they didn't get to write it off on insurance. Talk about a horrible moment. So look at the company today. That moment was not easy. That was actually really difficult to deal with. But what happened was there was a transformation that took place, and that was the beginning of the transformation. There were still things coming in, or I call them ripple effects from that recall, but they didn't worry about that loss. They focused on the future of the company, which is where it is today. I want you to think for a moment of a transformation you'd like to make in fitness. We all need to exercise no matter who you are. And the status is 150 minutes a week. That's 20 minutes a day per person for all of us. So think about how you can set a goal for your fitness transformation. Remember, change, adaptation, and revision will happen along the way. How are you going to embrace that? So, what do those components look like in fitness? So, when it comes to change, what needs to change for you? And how are you going to embrace the suck of change? Does your diet need to change? Do you need to make a schedule where you incorporate 20 minutes of movement a day, or incorporate your workouts into your weekly schedule? And how about your habits? Do they need to change in any way, shape, or form? What about changes in those you surround yourself with? Do those need to happen? Adaptation. What kind of environment do you need to adapt to for that transformation? Do you need to adapt to waking up early in the morning, or working out after work, or before work, or maybe even just on your lunch hour? What tools are you going to need for your transformation and your fitness? And how can we adapt our lifestyle to our goals? Revision. How can you revise your attitude toward the loss? Think about that. How can you revise your mindset on time in the day? How can you revise your mindset on the booing? And how can you revise your habits? Stack those habits and replace bad habits. I talk about habits all the time. Embrace the suck. Enjoy the journey. Have a spoiler alert for you. The journey and the destination are one. So, how will you embrace the suck on your journey? which could be being booed at. It could be a loss of money, it could be a loss of time, or it could be a change in a dream that you have. As a certified fitness trainer and life coach for 20 plus years, I can help. By the way, the ozone is undergoing its own transformation, and next month we will discuss in detail this transformation. But I can tell you that it is going to be awesome. And along the way, I have been working on this since August of this year. So it's been several months, and there has been bumps along the way. There's been times when I had to embrace the suck, but I had a big dream, and I had a vision that I wanted to see come to fruition. It didn't just happen overnight like a World Series win, but it did happen. It just took time. It took embracing the bumming out along the journey, because there were a couple of those. And actually, as I've been here for 10 years in January, there's been bumps. It's going to happen. You have to think about how you're going to embrace the suck. I will be stopping by each department every month for a little pep talks just like this. In closing, how will you embrace the suck that comes with the transformation? I can't wait to see what you do with this. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps so much to get this video out to others. And be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you never miss content from me. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please share it with them. And until next time, I'll see you next time. Peace out and namaste.